Okay, so we've got to complete the histogram. Now we're told 16 pupils took between 25 and 35 seconds. So to create the histogram, we need to work out the height of the bar, which will be the frequency density value. So remember, to get frequency density value, it's the frequency divided by the class width. So the frequency in this case, well, is 16 pupils, and the class width, well, there's 10 of them, isn't it? 10 seconds there, between 25 and 35 seconds. So frequency divided by class width then be 1.6. So your bar needs to be 1.6 high. That's what the frequency density is here. So I can complete my histogram by having the bar that high there. So it says then, what's the greatest possible range, times taken by pupils, to answer the question. So to get the greatest possible range, we want the spread to be as much as possible. So we want to choose the highest possible time, which would actually be 50 seconds at the end of the group there. So that'll be the highest value. Take away the lowest value, then we want to choose the lowest possible value. So remember, in these groups here, the pupils could be grouped and distributed anywhere. Okay, they don't have to be at the lowest value there. They could be all grouped here. Okay, but to get the greatest possible range, we're just going to assume then that, of course, then somebody actually took the lowest possible time of 5 seconds, just like then with the highest possible time, somebody actually took 50 seconds, and you get the greatest possible range then to be, of course, 45 seconds there. Now it says then calculate the total number of pupils that were in the group. Okay, so remember then with this, then you've got a total number, you need to work out area, yeah? So the area here, well, we've got 5 there, yeah, and 2 high, so there'll be 10 in there. Okay, so we can write this if we want 5 times 2 here, our workings. In the next bar, you've got 5 here, and 5 high, so that's 25, isn't it? 5 across, 5 high. So 5 plus 5 times 5 is 25, and we had 10 in the first group. Next bar then, you've got 10 across, 2.4. So 10 across times 2.4, which 10 times 2.4 will give me 24 pupils. So 24 pupils in that group. Next group then, well, we know there's 16 in there, so I don't need to work that out. And then the next group then, well, I've got 15 here, and it's of height 1, yeah? So 15 times 1, which would be 15. Okay, so if I add all these together, I've got then the total amount of pupils, that's 35, 59, 75, 90. So 90 pupils. Now, so Gareth was one of the pupils in the group. He says the time I took to answer the question was 18 seconds. This means I was in the fastest 50% of the pupils. Explain why Gareth's statement could be true. Well, if we look at where he's finishing here, 18 seconds. Let's go back to the bar here. 18 seconds is here, isn't it? Okay, that's what 18 seconds is. Now, in terms of how many pupils we've got so far, well, we've got 10, 25, okay? And then we've got a fraction of this group, haven't we? Right, so I'm going to put, let's work out, we've got 10 plus 25, let's write them down first. And then a fraction of this group. Now, what will the fraction be? Well, if you think about it, with 3 seconds along here, out of a total of 10, so that would be like 3/10, wouldn't it? That's the fraction of this group, 3/10 of 24. Okay. Now, 3/10 of 24, well, if you think about it, but aside here, 1/10 of 24 will be 2.4, yeah? Because you just divide by 10. 3/10 then will be 3 of these. So if you do 3 of these, you actually get 7.2. Okay, so adding these together, we get 42.2 pupils. So if he finishes on 18 seconds, he's basically the 42nd pupil. Okay, so finishing on 18 seconds implies he could be the 42nd pupil. which will be the fastest 50%, because there's 90 pupils, isn't there? So since there are 90 pupils, he would be then in the fastest 50%. Okay. Explain how Gareth's statement could be false. Well, going back to what we discussed before, you've got 35 pupils here. Okay. Now it could be that, I mean, we worked out 7.2 pupils in here, didn't we, in that section there? But it could be that there are a lot more pupils in this distribution here, yeah? Because we don't know the distribution of pupils in this group. So there could be a lot more pupils between 15 and 18 seconds, which means actually then on 18 seconds, he's actually outside the top 50%. Suppose, for instance, there were 15 pupils here. There could be 15 pupils that took between 10 and 18 seconds. Well, that means then we've got 50 pupils, 10, 25, 15. We'd have 50 pupils that are less than 18 seconds. So then he's outside of the top 50%. Okay, so how could it be false? Well, you simply say, right, distribution. Okay, it could be, we could have a large proportion of the 24 pupils finishing between 15 and 18 seconds. Okay, meaning he could be outside 50%, the top 50%. Okay.